What's good with you? Hope you've been taking care of yourself. Look, I basically want to make a video, speak a little bit about life achievements. And notice how I said achievements and not purpose. Because, well, for me anyway, this is how I feel about the whole purpose lineup. I feel like a purpose is like a sweeter way, it's a sweeter way to feel as though you're here to fulfill this main ordained prophecy. You're trying to fulfill a prophecy upon, your soul reaching down here on earth to, move forward on fulfilling. And it can play out to be something that takes a dramatic toll on you. It can take a dramatic toll on you in a huge way. Now here's how. Because when you move forth when you put yourself into the space of a purpose, right? You can become somebody who isolates in this circle of purpose, meaning that you move around purpose. You move around the circumference of purpose, and that becomes your day-to-day round and round everyday thing. Now, who's to say that that's any different than a 9 to 5? How somebody moves around that on a day-to-day. Every single day, they line that up to be the task at hand. Because it puts forth your energy to circle around something that must be done and has to be done on your end for fulfillment. So if you are going forth and fulfilling something that your energy is chasing towards or going after, it sort of doesn't feel like you're at a state of being. It's more like you're moving towards something each and every day to do. You know what I mean? So it's like no different than you getting up and going to go work a 9 to 5 and doing that, or no different than you going to go and carry out a task of some other sort. So I realized this myself just a little bit, as I was, traveling down a rabbit hole on some things in my journey. And I just picked up on, like, what really is the concept of a life purpose? You know what I mean? Because sure, okay, I could say that my life purpose is to be here to inspire somebody in the world, right? But does that become does that now become something that I associate with every single day? That's my association. That is what I'm lining to do every day, is be an inspirer. So that means I'm centered. Expiring is the bubble, that's the main, let's just say that's the headliner in the bubble. And I'm the energy circling around that headliner. So my energy is planted here. And I must go around this inspiring label. And that's where all my energy festers around. I don't get another bubble to go be like, okay, well, how about I be over here? How about I be a person of inspiring poetry, word of sound? No, you have to be here and inspire around others. Inspire others with teaching, with guidance. a mentor. So it's like it looks as though and feels as though you are moving around just this one circle of purpose, where you have to see that to as many you're infinite to as many options as possible, to not layer yourself to one thing in life to just do. You have also hobbyistic purposes. Okay? This is why when you think of just a purpose in life, you can't line yourself up to believe that you just only have one purpose in life. That this is just what you meant to do, and you don't have something else that you definitely can inspire to do or pick up to do. And hobbyistic purposes, I know this may sound like I'm coming off I might be coming off like I'm a little tactful, but if it feels that way, then shit. No, truth is not, it's not easy to take sometimes. It can be a handful. It can hurt. But you know what I'm saying? It always will set you free and put you into a mindset of just having you think a little bit more. And that's all I'm all about, just getting you to think a little bit more. But I just want to say that most hobbyistic purposes, they're not really a purpose of a purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something that you deem to have that's just this special purpose to you and just only you. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that's not true at all. Because look at the lining of hobbyistic purposes here on this earth today, like, and it's really, and I see this shit and I just say, man, there's so much more potential in some beings than they give themselves credit for. It really is, because of the simple fact that a lot of people are pushing forth off of just the smaller purposes, like hobbyistic purposes. And those hobbyistic purposes are sort of, you know what I'm saying, moved into the circles, moved in, these hobbyistic purposes, are circled around the same fields and, you know, interests, which is things like music, really music. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just stop there. We're gonna say that that's really one of the biggest hobbyistic purposes that a lot of beings move themselves into. Now, and you can just obviously see how music is a frequency of the earth. That is a powerful frequency. It's vibrated to the earth. Music is one of the frequencies that the earth vibrates on the most magnetically. It's a magnetic vibration. This is why any artist who makes music, they move the energy on this planet 99% of the time. It's a powerful, powerful symphony. It's very powerful. But it's not a purpose that is yours directly. That's not what if you believe that you came to earth to be an artist, and this was just what you was supposed to be here to do, and there's nothing else that you seem to be good at or even remotely believe that you're good at, that could be farther from the truth. Because you're not the only artist in this world. You don't share that. You don't just sit in that seat alone and only you. There are so many other artists in the world as well. Like, there's a plethora of artists. This is why the music industry, they have that industry, so that because they know how powerful music is. This is why they send soul. This is why they grab souls the moment they can to use them as puppets, to literally fuck the collective up, to distract people, to put wrongful messages out there, to fuck the frequencies up on this planet. This is why if you are an artist, it's important that you stay on the frequency of the earth. Vibe high always. But understand me when I say that music is not a purpose to no one. It's a free open door because it's the rooted sound to the earth. Mother Earth is thanking each and every being that's coming to Earth to really raise the vibration musically. That is a powerful, interest to any being that moves into doing music, because you are raising the vibration with every time your music connects or it moves into the magnetic grid, and it literally, an energy picks up that powerful sound you send out. It literally connects to another energy and raises their vibration. That it raises it really touches the heart chakra. So it's a good thing that music is so powerful the way it is, but the way they then flipped it, it's also become very, they didn't mess the fields of energy up and made it so toxic. But I'm just here to basically let those know that really isn't something that you were called to do. That's nothing more. That's a fun-felt hobby. It's just a fun-felt hobby. But if you really came here to do something else that was more promising with your time here on Earth, that's what you really should be moving into doing. Not saying stop doing music, because I do music. This is why I could be somebody to say this, because I know that music is not something that belongs to me. Anybody can do it. And it was at a time where music was protected. It was really protected at a time where certain people couldn't get in the game and start, just jump on the bandwagon of doing music. There were real people that used to protect that shit. They used to really look out and look over the music spiritually. Even if we didn't at the time didn't even see it, but it was happening. There used to be people that used to gate the music community, that used to gate the hell out of the music community, because they didn't want certain people being in there that wasn't really about the game, that really wasn't about music. But nowadays it's so fucking, it's so, the doors are so wide open to anybody because of how they then took it and just turned it into something so negative. Everybody just coming in and just making music, but not generally, making music that is, rightfully made. This is why we done went through so many eras of change in music. We went from the love and vibrational music back in the day to the more hardcore, gritty grills in your face music. And then a transition from that to this, this type of music today. So it's just important that just for me just letting you just spilling this truth, is that something that of what you doing is like, it's not really your purpose. It's really everybody's purpose that moves into doing it. Because you have real people out here who are like, this is why every soul that gets sent here, like, why do you think that some souls can sing? Just think about that. You come to this world with a gift to be able to sing. That is a part of you being able to be somebody to move into that magnetic connect. You can be able to magnetically slide in and literally use that vibration that you have from your voice to connect and line to the frequencies of the earth and raise the vibration, just because of your voice and how it can be able to sing, how you're able to sing. That shit is not normal for us to be able to hit octaves the way we can. That's a blessing. And that's a gift given to you for you to come down here and use that gift to be somebody who can, you know what I'm saying, use those levels that you have to bring that love in and raise the planet's frequency through that. You know? So music is a beautiful, beautiful artistic passion. But it must be understood that it's not something that is just like you move off to just do all the time. Figure out what else you are good at. There's so many, this is why a lot of music artists, when they get in the game, it's almost like it just becomes a circling 9 to 5 for them. They got to figure out other means to come in with other income. They can't just look at the game all their life. This is why you got so many artists that didn't set up for themselves and they really hit rock bottom, because they depended on the music industry for so fucking long. And they have nothing set up on the side. Once the industry said, hey man, we can't play your music no more, they didn't have nothing to go back on. They didn't see what else talents they had within, what else lied within them truthfully to play off of and to literally move forth on doing that could have put them still in the sweet spot, or kept them in the sweet spot, excuse me. And this could be something that can happen to anybody, especially if you ain't a person that's doing this shit on your own and you relying on somebody else. If you don't see that you have something else to offer but outside of music, what's gonna happen when music is no longer you're able to do any longer? What are you gonna have set up for yourself? What are you gonna be able to fall back on? This is why when you see artists fall off, or you don't see them no more, they out here now, moving behind the scenes, working little odd jobs here and there, and people want to call them out, be like, man, what happened to you, man? You fell off. Hey man, this dude, he working at the donut shop. It's because they sought to think that music was everything and there was nothing else there for them to do. You have to understand, these are interests, hobbyistic interests. You have to find what truly is and what's meant for you. If you say that you want to be an artist, that's a beautiful thing. But just recognize that you are not the only artist in the world when you say that. When you say you want to be an artist, you have to also keep an account that person is saying they want to be an artist. This person is saying they want to be an artist. It's like, where's the originality in this? I'm sitting in a room with a bunch of fucking artists. I'm not an artist T, or I'm not an artist S. I don't get to put an extra letter on it to make me seem like I stand out even more. No, I'm just an artist. And this is why the music today is so it's so shit, because so many artists, they just keep piggybacking off of each other's flows and sounds. It don't have no originality at all. That's one thing. If you definitely gonna be an artist, make your own sound. Be your own artist. Stop fucking looking at everybody else trying to sync your sound in like theirs. You got these fucking musicianal idols out here that people look up to and they want to mold themselves as, but you can't be them. You got to be yourself. Be your fucking self. You got a sound, use your sound. Even if you don't like the way you sound on a track without your voice so animated, try it sometimes. Shit, hell, I be trying to do the same thing with my voice. I be trying not to, when I make music, I don't try to make myself sound so mechanical. I mean, it helps. It helps some things. Some of those enhancements help your voice, but at other times it just make you sound like you a robot. Like, and everybody is going for that robotic sound, and it's just like, and it really, really is a sound that's like, some people, they overdo it a little bit too. But yeah, man, like, you have to know what really is meant for you, and why you, what you truly are good at, and lining yourself up to do things outside of just something that you are circling yourself around doing each and every day, that becomes now a rotation to you doing it. This is just like everybody that then woke up and decided to say, hey, I want to quit my job and go pursue my purpose and start my own business. Well, hey, I just want to let you know, you didn't do anything but just cut that job off to now be your own job. You're your own 9 to 5. So when you look at another job, the only thing, the difference between the two really is that you're in charge now. And that's even more of a headache than the person that's not in charge. You think about the one that's not in charge, when you try to shit on the person who works a 9 to 5 and they getting up and going into somebody else's job, that place is already, you know what I'm saying, cooked, serving bread. It's already cooked, serving, ready to go. They just go in, clock in, work, go home. You, on the other hand, working your job, everything is on your back. You're going to have to take care of everything. You're going to have to make sure to clock your numbers. You're going to have to make sure to check your sales. You're going to have to make sure that you check in with your customers. That's all on you. And if you were somebody who quit your job early to go start your job because you wanted to move into fulfilling your life purpose of opening your own business, but you was just at this job and you couldn't get down, you didn't like the managers, you didn't like the people you hung around, you didn't even, you know what I'm saying, you worked there at the job, but you never got a feel for it, you never actually analyzed, took in notes, actually took upon what it takes to actually be somebody that stands alone and take care of their own shit, and those responsibilities that the job was showing you about what it takes to be a boss, what it takes to be somebody to own your own shit. If you didn't be able to pick up on none of the lessons that was being put down by the universe showing you, because everything is a lesson. Even these constructs that these demons make, they don't even know that it's still a life learning lesson that the universe is teaching us. If you didn't learn nothing from that, you just said, shit, fuck it, I'm about to be my own boss, I'm about to move and do my own thing, and you just say, we gonna move over here, do this, and you can't even put down anything because you can't even put down what you picked up, it's gonna be bad. Because you're gonna have a rough time starting off. You may just, not to say you're gonna give up, but it's gonna be like, you're gonna have a rough start. And anybody with a small business will tell you this, because I happen to see it when I'm surfacing around the net, or I happen to come across, advertisement from a small business. This shit is not something that's just like, it's not something that's easy for anybody to go off and just be your own boss. If you don't have that boss mentality, if you're not sharp on the draw, you may struggle a bit. And then when you get into that position of building your business, now you done built it around this life purpose that now becomes a 9 to 5. You circling around this life purpose every single day, man. So it's just like me, if I say, oh man, I want to start this t-shirt business. So this becomes my around the clock 9 to 5. Would I have time to be like, oh shit, now I want to go over here and I want to talk about flowers. I want to talk about and educate people on, you know what I'm saying, the understandings of flowers and all its rightful properties. I can't now. I'm gonna just say I'm thinking of doing this over here now, but I didn't create this. This is my reality I created. This is the reality I created as my life purpose. I went off and said I was brought here to make t-shirts. You was brought here to make t-shirts? I'm sorry. That seems too much like that might have been capitalism rubbing its ways on you a little bit. If you believe that you're supposed to be here making anything that's to the external world. I think we all are here, if anything, to experience what we take, snapshots of what we take, but to also push forth with constructing new coordinates for ourselves. But melanated beings gotta start somewhere, because we can't depend on these motherfuckers who've been doing the shit that they've been doing for so long. So, as of right now, things like, you know what I'm saying, purposes like businesses still have to move about. But I couldn't see myself as somebody that makes fucking clothes all day. Because of the simple fact that it becomes something that will literally be around the clock, 9 to 5. And you believe that the headaches don't lie even more on a person who owns a business than a person who got to get up and go to one, you'll be motherfucking wrong. Because, yes, you can love the hell out your shit. You can be like, I got my own business, I got this going, I be able to set my own hours, I got this, you know what I'm saying, I take care of that, I don't have to take care of this, I can do this and that. But at the end of the day, you're still circling around what you still have to do. Because the moment you circle and then say you want to stop here, it's like, you know, you got to get back all the way around again, right? So if you decide to stop here, that means that it comes to a halt the moment you stop. Because nothing gonna move. It's not gonna just move by, you know, nothing gonna come behind you and just start going back around it again. When you stop, that's when all things stop. You have to continuously go forth with your business each and every day. You have to push forth with that shit. This lining to be your life purpose. You have to push forth with it. And this is where I come to the point of saying that I don't see the point of a life purpose. I see the point of life achievements. Things in this life, to our life, we achieve upon and then move to the next. Instead of looking out to something to say that this is my main priority, this is my main purpose in life. It's something that if looked at really closely and analyzed, that could be chucked up to be like, that's an achievement upon my experience here. Because we just experiencing this shit. We don't get to stay here, so why get attached to anything? Why look at it as this is a life purpose when you are life and you're infinite and you don't just live once. You don't just live to just, live this temporary life. The temporary life of living. You don't get to live to that temporary side of things. You're infinite. There's multiple achievements that you carry out, that you can carry out. You can create a business, but also line it to see that this isn't the only thing I entail to only on or put my energy around. This is something I dabble in this. I dabble in a little this. I dabble in a little this. I dabble in a little this. This leaves you open to an infinite amount of, loves. You won't be plugged into just one major love that you acquire and aspire to do. This is where you just move into multiple. This is why when you think of multi-billionaires, think of it, multi-billionaires. They don't plug themselves into one fucking thing. When you you're infinite. You have unlimited ideas. You literally you keep plugging into different. You keep plugging into different outlets. There's not just one outlet you just plug into. When you think about your house don't come with one outlet. You got different outlets around the house. So why tunnel yourself on a life purpose? Why tunnel yourself? Set yourself up to think about, set yourself up to literally do something that's not tied down to just doing one thing only. There's so much shit out here you can play with. There's so much shit out in your lifetime that you have to your disposal. Even if you somebody to do music, you already knowing that you got two good things about you. You know how to write. You know how to write. If you writing your own music, who's to say you can't put that? You're doing writing. You're already good in literature. You can write a book. You can create a website. You're already good with writing, with, putting words to a paper. You're doing two things in one. You're not just one-dimensional. You're multi-dimensional. You're literally, you aspire to be, your energy, it can literally span out to do so many things. You're not tied down to just one thing, man. Hell, I know I'm not. And I would definitely think you're not. To think that you look at yourself as ordinary. That could be far from the motherfucking truth, bro. We are not ordinary at all. As much as people would like to think that they're normal, you're not normal. I'm sorry, but not sorry. You're not fucking normal, bro. The fact that a lot of people who, go to say or go to speak on a life purpose, when I see it, I just know it's more to it. Not what they saying isn't true. You are sent here to earth to complete and fulfill a duty upon coming here. But what you're not, but what is not told, but can be clearly shown if you see, is that you're not forced into doing something forever. You're not forced into doing something and only just this one thing for the rest of your life here on earth. And that's where I'm trying to make it clear that you are allowed to always create different avenues for yourself. Travel down different roads of loves and passionary desires for that, that reflect to your life and your life's duty here on earth. Be a person to journey through infinite multi ideas that could be better for yourself, man. Like when you leave here, are you truly happy with just only knowing that I was the greatest rapper in the world, when you couldn't have been the greatest rapper in the world? You couldn't have been the greatest motivational speaker in the world. You couldn't have been the greatest poet in the world. You couldn't have been the greatest, sculptor in the world. You want to have so many things under your belt, but you just lined it to say that, well, my life purpose was just to come here and be a rapper, and then that was it. Nah, man. That's not it. Nor is it you come in here to be the best t-shirt, you come in here to be the best t-shirt designer or the best sneaker designer. You're boxing yourself in. And that's where you're not really allowing yourself to expand upon all of the possible achievements that you can achieve, man. And that's what's really important. That you see that and you take that and you grow on that. And that's it.